Hi, it's Leslie, and we're talking about Sister Wives. Yep, they're back to continue on with the drama. We're picking up right where we left off.
They know that I suffer from FOMO, fear of missing out. So anything they can do that excludes me is a punishment to me.
Yep, Kody still thinks the world revolves around him. It's all about him. They're so consumed with him. They're thinking about how he's reacting to everything they're doing. Oh, Kody, it's not about you anymore. You need to get over this. Yep, because Kody's a monogamist now. We pick right up, and Robyn is still crying. She's still crying right where we left her.
It's different now.
Yes, it is. It is different. Yes. Yep, Kody's a monogamist, and yeah, he's just wondering, does he still have that same appeal that he had when he had all these wives? Because Robyn was into that. As crazy as that is, she was into that. She didn't want them all to herself. Nope, nope, nope.
Will you accept me as a monogamist?
What choice does she have? Yeah, not much. So she's going to have to accept him, and you know, she'll just continue on, because, yeah. Mary is definitely wants to start swiping left and right. She is looking for a man. She is looking for a man. She wants a good one. She wants to be able to travel and all the things. Yes.
I need to find a man.
A dream.
Mary's back and she's coming out to play.
She's looking for a man. Christine has found a man. And Janelle does not seem to be interested in a man. So, yeah. Anyway, Janelle's moving to North Carolina, buying a whole bunch of land and gonna plant flowers. I mean, whatever. That's her dream. She needs to go live it. As they reflect back upon their stressful life with Kody, how it just really wasn't fair. It never was fair. We all knew it. We all saw it. Robyn thought it was fair. Of course, when you're ahead and you're winning, you're not keeping score, but everybody else was keeping score.
I felt like Robyn had a better couch. I felt like she had better dishes and better decorations and so many things. And I'd be like, why am I left with all these scraps all the time?
Well, when a relationship is united, you don't tend to keep score as much.
You're sitting there constantly using that scoreboard against each other. What are you, enemies?
Yeah, you don't keep score when you're winning, but Christine was getting the scraps and she was keeping score and they all hated it. So there you go, but whatever. And this was odd to me. They said that Kody really cared that everybody looked good. And no offense, no shade, but if he was marrying for trophy wives, I don't think these were trophy wives. That's all I'm going to say. But he did want them to look good, or so they said.
Babe, there were so many times in my marriage with Kody where he liked makeup. It was like you had to always look nice. It mattered to him so much. Kody's always wanted people around him to look good.
But as we get away from this glorious polygamous life, they start to reflect back and we get a little more insight, and they're starting to reveal a lot more things that we kind of knew was going on.
Yeah, I felt like when the family was together, there was unfair fighting that was happening for sure. Yeah. Hitting below the belt, jumping to conclusions, name calling. That is a big part of the family falling apart, was there's just so little trust with each other. So sad.
Shocking, yes. All that was going on because this polygamous crap does not work. It does not work. It never works. It only works for maybe the one that's really happy, that is the focus of everything. No, it doesn't work for anybody else. No, it sucks. And yes, we're going to continue on. We have still that lovely land, the land that was supposed to be so meaningful and bring them all together. Yeah, Coyote Pass. Well, they want to be a hard pass on this one. And that is the only thing keeping them together. That's what Janelle says. And it's so funny because it's like, you have kids. Don't the kids tie you together? I guess once they're adults, you don't talk about what's going on with them. That's so weird. I mean, I am not in this situation, so I don't know, but it seems like once you have a child with someone, you'd have to be communicating on some level. You'd want to, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's the land. It's the land keeping them together, and they want to get the frig off of that land. Yeah. But even Mary, and Mary was the big Robyn supporter, they were tight. I remember she was going to carry a baby for her and all that stuff. Remember when Robyn couldn't have a baby and Mary was like, oh, I'll do it. And then Robyn somehow managed to pop out 2 more kids, so she was able to do it, and Mary never had another kid, so I don't know, but whatever. They were tight, supposedly, but now Mary is starting to think twice about this relationship, thinking, yeah, maybe I was reading it all wrong.
I had this bond with her, and I'm now questioning, why tell me that you want to have a relationship with me and then ghost me for months and months and months? Why, when COVID is happening and I'm following all the rules, do I not get to go over to your house and see your kids?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It's like COVID kind of revealed the madness of it all. Like everybody's true self came out through that COVID. And I guess Robyn never wanted to see Mary, even though they could have seen each other outside. It was just kind of weird. It was just always it was always just on Robyn's terms. And the irony to that is like, it's like, weren't Robyn and Kody the only ones who actually got COVID for all the precautions they took? Nobody else who was living their life and doing, nobody else got COVID, at least that I know of. Just those two. Kind of funny. Oh, and their kids. And their kids got it too. Yeah. But, Robyn, still continues to say, oh, no, I had Mary's back and everything. I don't know. Does she have any girlfriends? Because maybe she doesn't even know how to be a girlfriend. Because you never hear mention of them. Like everybody else, I think you hear mention of their girlfriends. Robyn, not a one girlfriend. No. So maybe she just doesn't know how to be a good girlfriend or something. Anyway, Kody and Robyn and their children, well, it was a glorious day over there. Aurora got baptized. They do have her girls seem really sweet and everything. Hopefully they will make it out of this mess and live to tell and not just be scarred by this trauma and then it being televised and all the things. But anyway, she was baptized, which sounds wonderful. She seemed really happy. And shockingly, this.
Yeah, none of our kids have joined our church. Yeah, I do feel like we failed.
Yeah, that is kind of surprising that none of them wanted to be part of this chaos and this shit show. Yeah, but you say you failed, but maybe you actually didn't. Maybe you actually were very good at showing them a true portrayal of what it would be like, and they rightly so chose to go in a different direction. So maybe it wasn't a fail, maybe it was a win. That's how I would think you should look at it. Yeah, it was a good thing that they didn't go down this polygamous crap route. Yeah. But it seems, Robyn says Kody is managing to get over his depression and his rejection and his self-esteem that took a hit and all the things by the 3 wives basically just bolting out. The door didn't even get to close before the other one was running through it on the way out. So I get it. But I guess he was a little depressed, and Robyn said he treated her like shit because his ego and his thing, this was his dream more than anything. But I guess he's come out of the storm and he's starting to treat her a little better, she says. So that's good. So we don't have to worry about their relationship. I guess they'll survive. They'll survive. But I guess we'll continue to follow them. I don't really get how this show goes on because everyone is in a different part of the United States just living their life. It's so weird. But anyway, I'm going to follow this nonsense every week. So if you want to follow along, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next week. Bye.